are some of the last people you done interviewed?
Recently, the series that I've done that's gone super viral, I've had Speedy, I've had Fabio Foreign, I've had Roddy Rebel, I've had Tim's, I've had Cece Sabathia, and of course, many more to come.
Got some new things, and nobody didn't believe me when I said crypto NFT Web3 was our new wave. Look at me now, look at me now.
Hey man, welcome to On the Blockchain podcast, where we're not selling you nothing, we're selling itself.
You know I got it in my bag, got it in my bag. Blockchain.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Right back at you on the Blockchain podcast show. I got an extra special guest. My niece, man, Amina Lee. What's good, baby girl?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on.
Of course, man. I'm not gonna have you on, you dig? But listen, man. For those of y'all that don't know, man, listen. My niece, she's a boss. She's a boss in her own right. She's a model. She's an author. She's a mogul, man. She out here baking and shaking out here with all the top celebrities and her peer. That's her peers in her age class. You know what I'm saying? And older. She's been doing it for a while. She's an industry kid. Okay, so she's been brought up. Man, she's been raised in this industry since she was a little baby, man, and she had a lot to say, and she got a great perspective on life. And man, she actually just graduated high school, man. What's going on, Queen?
I'm good. I'm excited for these questions, so I'm ready.
Yeah, man. So first and foremost, just let the people know a little bit something about what you do. You know what I mean?
I like to let people, I feel like whenever people see me, they have like their own description of me. I feel like, but whenever people like describe me, they always be like, oh, she's a boss. Either she's going to be a future billionaire. They'd be like, you need to start being like these campaigns more, modeling wise, acting more. But describe me, I like to say that I am a lifestyle guru. I don't have a niche, but of course I'm an author, model. I have my own media platform, and I do everything. So I like to just say that my career and my job title was just being everything legendary, you know?
That's it, baby. I like that. I love that, man. And that's good, man, because, you know, you're a young lady of all trades, you know what I mean? And the sky's the limit, you know what I mean? There's no borders or boundaries for you. And, you know, I'm glad that you grew up learning that at a young age, you know what I'm saying? And that, man, as a young lady, young woman in this world right now, that, you know, you're able to execute and apply all those good things that, you know, that have been, you know, taught to you over the years, you know what I'm saying? And you're applying it, you know what I mean? And I love to see your show and all the different people that you interviewing. Like, who are some of the last people you done interviewed?
Well, collectively, I've interviewed a lot of people, but recently the series that I've done that's gone super viral, I've had Speedy, I've had Fabio Foreign, I've had Roddy Rebel, I've had Tim's, I've had Cece Sabathia, and of course, many more to come. I have like a wish list for this year, but those are definitely some of the cool celebs that I've interviewed.
That's dope, man. Come on, man. Keeping it going. You know what I'm saying? Representing for the family, representing for the culture. You know what I mean? As you should. You know what I mean? And man, I want to shout out your book. You know what I'm saying? Amina Lee, High School Survival Guide, for all those kids that might be going through something when they're in school, might be going through something, you know, with your family, with your parents, you know what I mean, with your siblings. You know, tell them a little bit what the book is about.
Yeah, so I published a book in high school because I felt like being a high school student, especially a Black high school student, is definitely a lot to maneuver. And I just feel like in Hollywood and just movies and TV shows, we see people like glorify high school. So I feel like there's not a book that a lot of people like have a guide. If it's not like a student, like a parent or a grandparent, an uncle, like anybody who's in someone's village, because high school, there's so many things that kids are going through with mental health and everything. So my book is definitely something that is really a guide that really has helped a lot of people.
That's dope, man. I love how, you know, you're looking out for your peers, you're looking out for your, you know, your people. You know, it's not even just your peers, but, you know, your peers and your people, and you setting a good trend. You know, you setting a standard what people your age should be, what they should be striving for, and just, doing some good research and having some good dedication, and executing it towards whatever it is you want to do in life, because that's what it's about. You know what I mean? And I love to see that you out there, you taking care and you being responsibly careful of other people. You know what I mean? And writing this book. You know what I mean? So for all those kids, y'all may think nobody knows what y'all going through, or that, maybe it might not be somebody you could go talk to. Go check out my niece's book. Where can they go get the book at, Mina?
You can get it on Amazon, barnesandnoble.com. You can, of course, just search my name, Amina Lee, Ameenhalee, or of course with the whole title. But you can find it on Amazon. It's available to read Kindle. So if you don't like to have in-person books, you like to read it on Kindle, that's something that a lot of people are interested in.
All right, now, so that's beautiful. I love it. And listen, in a minute, guys, man, we about to NFT that book too, guys. So y'all stay tuned, man. On the blockchain exclusive, guys. All right, but we about to NFT that book in a second. It's gonna be the second edition of it. NFT, Amina Lee, Survival Guide for High School, man. Listen, man, for all you guys, you know what I'm saying? All you guys and girls, you know what I'm saying, out there. You know what I mean? When y'all don't have nobody to turn to, you have to turn to my niece, man, okay? She here for y'all, man. She's trying to look out for y'all well-being, okay, with the best intentions. And so, Mina, just let the people know, you being a kid that grew up around the likes of all the celebrities in the world, from Chris Brown to Snoop Dogg and whoever else, man, Beyonce, I can't even go down the whole list. Just tell the people, a little bit about how that was growing up, you know what I mean, around all these wonderful, influential people.
I mean, it's definitely something that has been a privilege because, of course, not a lot of people who get to have the experience that I have, going to the concerts, meeting these celebrities, a lot of these celebrities being your family and your village and stuff. But at the same time, it's definitely a privilege. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of people, I don't know, I just feel like when I would go to school and people just be like, oh my God, this celebrity. And I would just be like, oh yeah, cool. I look at people as humans, especially celebrities. So I don't glorify them. Right. And I know with what I want to do in the future, I just wouldn't want nobody to glorify me because we all make mistakes. But it's definitely been a privilege. And what I want to do, I feel like it definitely gave me that jump start in life because what I experienced in the industry and just being raised in it is what people were paid for. People paying, oh, I'm going to go to the Sony office. I'm going to go to I was raised in those type of offices. So I think it's super, super dope. And I feel like I definitely built up a resume at an early age, but it's also taught me a lot too, life lessons. People will just even going past the industry, how people do you dirty over a quick check, social media, that's definitely gotten worse in the industry. So it's definitely taught me a lot of life lessons that I'm grateful for. And I know that with my path and as I'm getting more popular and stuff, I've definitely learned a lot more ground rules and stuff like that. But I'm super grateful for it though.
Oh yeah, man, that's good. Listen, we always tell you stay humble, stay humble and stay down, and man, just keep working, and you're doing that. You're making us very proud. I'm glad to see where you at right now, and I'm just, I'm even more excited to see where you're going because I already know the future is very bright for you. You know what I mean? You got your head on right correctly. You know what I'm saying? And you want to take care of those around you. You know what I mean? So that's a blessing, and then, you got to see the do's and the don'ts at a very early age, of this industry. You know what I mean? You got to see the do's and the don'ts are listen, I don't want to, you know what I mean? And what the world and what money and what different success and fame and clout or whatever can do to you too as well. You know what I mean? So, take that, learn from it, which I know you are, and just apply it to whatever it is that you want to do,
Yeah.
What's some of your plans? Yeah, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, what's some of your plans for this year? What you got going on? I know you got a bunch of shit going on, man.
Well, my plans is definitely for my series. I definitely want to interview a couple more celebs. I know I like to be careful what I say because I feel like you shouldn't say everything you want to do until it comes to fruition because negativity and everything. But I will say I've been pretty open about this. People I want to interview. Definitely Drake. He's been my number one who I want to interview. There's a lot more people. Brent Fayez, Snoop Dogg. There's like a lot of celebs. Chris Brown. If you've heard that series, I definitely want to take that series to my YouTube channel to like expand it. To do like a whole like series. I want to take it further, and of course, like my careers, I've learned that like you can like boost people, but like you got to boost yourself too. So
of course,
I'll say with me, definitely a lot of people have been like up my like. They've been so mad at me, like, why aren't you modeling? Like, why don't you do this? So that's definitely something that I'll be focusing on more this year. And of course, expanding like my social media. And of course, acting has definitely been something that I was interested in as a kid, but I wasn't really like focused. That's something that I was definitely interested in. But of course, growing my brand, being super inspirational, but of course, like staying humble at the same time.
You got to, man. You know, shit, man. I know you're gonna do the right thing. You know what I mean? And it's beautiful because you know I see you with like Sher Hopkins and all these great like young actors and young adults that's just doing their thing, and like you know it's an inspiration, man, because y'all are like a nice circle that's like supporting each other. You know what I'm saying? You know, young black actors, entrepreneurs, you know, guys and girls, and it's a community that y'all are building. And you know, and for those of you that don't know, you know, that was Ghost's daughter. You know, for those of you that don't know, that was Tariq's twin that died. You know what I'm saying? And beautiful young actress, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can check her out on my niece podcast because she interviewed her too. Yeah, that's right. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful affair, man. Beautiful affair. It's a family affair here, guys. Okay, because like we tell y'all on the Blockchain podcast and Web3, man, listen, we're about generational wealth and we're about community, family. You know what I mean? This is what's going on. And that lead me to my next shit. Like, I know you've been hearing about NFTs and stuff. Like, what's your take on NFTs and Web3?
I take on NFTs, to be quite honest. I mean, I went to a baby shower. These are part of the gallery, but I do think that
Wait, I'm sorry, Amina. You said what? You went to a baby shower?
Can you hear me? Yeah, it was at like a gallery. Now, yeah. It was like at this super cool gallery, and it had like NFTs because it was like an art place at the same time. But I feel like when it comes to NFTs, I feel like even just a general thing, like if something isn't for you, you know, don't force it. But I feel like NFTs have been super life-changing to a lot of people in a good way or if it's a bad way. But I think they're cool. Personally, for me, I mean, I do know a lot about it. But like I said, I do think if it's for you, it's for you. But if it's like not for you and your energy doesn't gravitate towards it, don't force it. But if the NFT life comes towards you, then you know, do that for sure.
Come on, that's it. You already know, because we don't chase nothing. We let everything come to us. We let it flow, and you know, we let it come as it may be. You know what I mean? As it should be. You know what I mean? That's the fact. Like, and you know, the 50th year of hip hop. Salute to hip hop. Salute to all the pioneers. Salute to all my favorite artists that paved the way for us to be able to do our thing. You know what I mean? I love it. I'm gonna be promoting 50th year hip hop all year. But on a little sadder note, I want to say rest in peace to my brother from De La Soul. Matter of fact, okay, to those of y'all that don't know, because this is crazy, right? In your age bracket, I know you know because you grew up around us, and you know we had you around all these different things in the game and in the industry. Do people your age bracket, are they respectful or aware of the De La Souls?
I never want to. I would just say, I mean, De La Soul definitely is a legendary group. I think even beyond hip hop, they've influenced people in pop, R&B. I feel like with hip hop, it's just like it's a global thing. It's not like, you know, it's all around. So De La Soul have definitely been like amazing. But I feel like when it comes to music as a whole, let's say like music people, artists from like 50 years ago, right? A lot of people in my generation may not know about them, and that's one, probably due to streaming, two, popularity, three, their state not taking advantage of today's things like social media, even having their music mastered by certain people. So, and I even feel like it's a respect thing too, because I feel like some people in my generation don't respect people from the previous generation, and at the same time, reverse, where people from 50 years ago, they don't want to learn social media. They think that because they were famous, 50 years ago, they had a hit song, they can't accustom to the new trends. And I feel like a lot of people are very smart with like various states, like for example, like Tupac and Biggie, like their estates alone are like super smart what they do with like the remastering, clothing. Like when you go to Forever 21, like even with Snoop Dogg, like you see like a picture of him, everybody knows Uncle Snoop, right? Because he stayed with the trends. I'm not saying that you have to stay with the trends, but I feel like people might complain about it, but at the same time, you have to keep your legacy alive, because if you don't, you can't complain about it, because it's really up to you to do that. But I feel like that's a reverse thing, but you definitely got to do what you got to do.
Nah, man, that's a fact, man. And you said a lot. Yeah, I like that, man. Rest in peace to Dave, De La Soul. But like, yeah, you're right. Like, we got to do a little bit better job. Like I say, we as a community, as a culture, you know what I mean? Like, as an industry, we just got to do a little bit better job, man, connecting them dots, man, and bridging them gaps so that, the new and the old is like one and the same, man, because every other genre and every other culture, they study the past, and they always respect the past, which is the pioneers, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, if it wasn't for none of them pioneers, whether we know about them or not, whether we listen to their music or agree with it or not, like that's what got us to where we at right now today, to be able to say, hey, listen, let's start embracing new and older culture a little bit more. Let's start embracing things that we might not even agree with, you know what I mean, just to be able to, coexist as a better collective and shit in the world. I think that's what it is. Like the old should teach the new, and the new could teach the young, could teach the old. You know what I mean? Because we all got something to give and offer in this world. So yeah, man, I think we got to start bridging the gap. I think it's going to be a little bit more. We be getting towards there. You know what I'm saying? Because they gotta. We don't want the culture. Our culture has to be preserved. You know what I'm saying? And like we got to look at it like this. Like in 50 years from now. You know what I mean? When I'm going to be way older, where you're going to be an adult, an older adult, it's like, we want to make sure that the pioneers who really started it is not even forgotten. Because the kids 50 years from now, they might just be like, fuck it all, we don't care, right? But nah, like, we got to preserve the culture. Like, shout out to the Hip Hop Museum, too, man. Shout out to the Hip Hop Museum that just opened up, preserve the culture, you know what I mean? Is there any advice you like to give any young adults? Like that's just trying to do their thing as an entrepreneur like yourself?
Advice I would say is always listen to your gut, because I feel like in this industry, like whatever with like you do, a lot of people make the wrong choices, either whether it's like even like beyond my book, like whether it's from peer pressure, not trusting their gut. Don't let people take advantage of you. I learned this at an early age. Whether it's a deal that you're trying to do, like if like beat over that contract, don't let anyone take advantage of you, and just know like what's for you is what's for you. Because I feel like sometimes a lot of people only glorify the good moments, and they don't show the bad moments as well. So if if you see the vision, that whether you want to sing, you want to become a songwriter, you want to do what you want to do, just know like what is for you is definitely for you.
So in other words, man, stay in your fucking lane and do what is meant for you. So like my niece told you, man, this is my niece telling you this, man. It runs in the family, okay? Listen, man, be yourself. You know what I mean? Don't ever switch up for nobody. Don't take no for an answer. And go all out. And make sure that when you get your branding and on point, let's make sure you want your branding on point. Okay? You want everything. You want to represent yourself, your product, and your service. You know what I mean? And A1 quality, right? So when for the young adults, be creative, be innovative, like change the world, man. A lot of people not doing, all them young entrepreneurs and young adults out there, man. Let's start thinking about inventing a new wheel, meaning think outside the box, be creative, be innovative, and come up with some out of this world shit, man. Like, cause this is what the world is about, and this is what Web3 is about. And when you're a real entrepreneur, man, you gotta take the steps and watch the little details, and make sure you hit the shit out the park. Yo, Ameenha, man, I appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much, man. I know you're a big motivation and inspiration to your peers. You know what I mean? To all the young adults out there, anywhere in the world, because y'all could do it too. Okay? You don't have to go work a job or work for somebody else and doing something that you're not passionate at doing. Take a risk, take a chance on yourself, invest in yourself at a young age, like my niece is doing. And man, listen, sky's the limit, man. You don't never know where it's going to take you and where life is going to take you. And man, I appreciate you being there. Give these people your social media so they can go tap in with you.
Thank you for sure. I mean, everything for me is at Amina Lee. So whether it's Instagram, TikTok, on social media, you can Google Amina Lee. But yeah, everything's Amina Lee for me. And thank you, of course, for having me on.
Of course, my pleasure. It's my pleasure, and I'm happy to see great young women you've grown up to be, man. And we happy for you, and we supportive of everything you do. Anything you need from me, you already know I'm one call away. Love you. On the Blockchain Podcast, make sure y'all tap in. It's a family affair. Bow. Tap and subscribe. Peace.